Okay, with that, let us go live then. Anyway, she will be happy to listen. Wait for a second, it to show. It shows live, but it is not showing. Let's see. Okay, at least this is working. So let's go back to Vivekachudamani. So now we looked at the cause of endless rebirth yesterday. Now we are going into the most profound experience of Shankara from where he started. Actually, he has put that here of sense organ. So he considers this if you had only one sense organ. Let's say, let's take example of a dog because anyway Lata has a dog and let's take that experience. What senses of a dog is very strong?
Well,
Smell. And it can smell anything, right? And it can
yes,
smell better. But it is bound to that smell. Now, all this life, it only smells, correct?
yes,
Whereas in the case of human, because of the punya phala, human have all the five senses equally. When a dog like Bruno spends its entire life catering to one sense, which is smell, how many lives it would require for the human to cut out the senses? Because we have 5 plus 1, 6. That's the problem. So he gives here a nice analogy. Shabdabihi panchabhirev pancha kuranga matanga patanga meena bhringa panchatvam apuha स्वगुणेन बद्धः नरः पंचभिः अंचितः किम. So let me read out and tell you what it means. Shabdad Shabdadibihi. Shabda is sound. By just sound. Adi is etc. That is sound, smell, taste, touch, and all that. Panchabihi eva pancha. These five are five creatures whose job is to kill, like Kuranga, Matanga, Patanga, Meena, Bringa. Now let's take Kuranga, which is called deer. It has a great sense of hearing. But then if there is any other sound coming other than the sound of the tiger or a lion or whatever it is, it gets enchanted by that. It can also get entrapped by the hunters because it loves music as well. So these hunters can lay a trap and get the bait. Similarly, the sense of hearing, what human being has, is having a problem. Now, what is the problem? The problem here is that he doesn't know it's only sound. That's the only problem. He has made a lot of departments. Like there is a department of instruments where he thinks that this is very good to hear. Oh no, this is not very good to hear. If somebody is playing jazz music, He doesn't like. If somebody is playing rock music, he doesn't like or she doesn't like. But somebody is playing pop music or a country music, he has developed a liking. Another person does not like pop music and country music because very slow. The jazz and the rock music is very hard and very good to hear because his hearing sense is like that. And some people love to hear the chirping of the birds. They are called as birding. So they go to the forest or wherever it is, sanctuaries, and keep on hearing the birds. And only hearing is not going to work for them, then they have to come to sight. So they painstakingly sit there and take the pictures, and now they have to share what they did. Like one mad person, they take a picture and share with people that look, what did I pick? What have you picked? Nothing. It's an animal or a bird which has come into this world due to bad deeds in the samsara. And this person who has got so much into delusion believes that he has caught a bird, and they get obsessed more. So they think that why it should stay in the forest. I think I should bring it to my home so that I can hear this bird chirping at my home. So they bring the bird to their home in a cage and teach it how to speak. So they bring a, let us say, parrot, and the parrot starts speaking like a normal person. They get so happy because it is able to communicate. So this is what is the problem with the sense of hearing. If it was only hearing, it is okay. Now you watch the fun. Matanga, elephant. Elephant has a sense of touch, and they love to touch fellow elephants. Human beings also love to touch, especially between male and female and male. They keep on touching because the touching is the one thing which is very nice, and that is where it gets entrapped into an affair, and that affair is called as a extramarital affair if it is done outside marriage, and marital affair if it is done within marriage. So human being has created two nice departments for touch: extramarital and marital. Now the touch is a touch, whether he or she touches their own body or they touch somebody's body, they both are same. Whether they touch a flower, they touch a rope, they touch a bed sheet, or they touch a table or a chair, or whatever they touch is just a touch. But no, this is a feminine touch and that is a masculine touch. This is a chair, soft. This is a chair, hard. This is this, that is that. So we have created these departments, or rather we have created division in the mind. Now I seek to touch. Girls or women don't have much hairs on their body, so their body looks smooth. Or my sense says, touch sense says it is smooth. So I'm trapped. Now the moment I touch, this girl or the woman might like that touch and feel that, oh, it's so nice, he touches me, so I want him to touch more and more, and then ultimately this touchy situation will bring in a more touchy problem, and then you have a childbirth, and then you are entrapped in something called a samsara because of this touch. Now this is insufficient for me, then I want some more touch to the touch, so I go to hunting of touch outside this family life, and then I touch, and then I get entrapped there. So both are entrapped. But this society agrees that this touch is good, and that the society disagrees and the touch is bad. But it is just a touch. So one is the sound, another one is the touch. Okay, two of them, okay, fairly fine. Now comes the moth, patanga. It loves the sight. Any light coming to a moth, it wants to be there. It wants to be in touch with that light. It gets obsessed. All human beings are obsessed by light of the rupa which can come. Actually speaking, there is no rupa coming. It is only four elements which are coming. One is Prithvi, Apo, Vayu, Tejo. These are the four which are coming as called as wife, or called as a friend, called as a daughter, called as a sister, called as a mother, called as a father, called as a brother, whatever combination we call, or we call it as a bed, we call it as a cot, or we call it as a table or chair or whatever. But that site looks so nice, or like garden or this or that. Everything is four elements only. No, it is not. There is color. So this four elements also has color. So we are obsessed with colors. The more the obsession, the next life of that person is a bird. From human being, this consciousness leads itself to a birth of a bird. It doesn't know it is colorful, but others knows that it is colorful. So it can become a trap for hunting. So the moth gets entrapped in its own web of circling and it dies. Similarly, the person as a human being with this sense of sight literally dies because he would like to see something or the other. I saw United States, but how is Canada? I think it was worth seeing. Okay, good. Take your body there and see Canada. Okay, now Canada is seen. I think Alaska is good. Okay, now Alaska is also seen. Oh, I finished the American continent. I think I've only visited the North American continent. How about South America? I heard Brazil is very good. Okay, now Brazil, then Argentina, then this place, that place. Oh, I have not traveled by steamer. I think I should be going in a steamer. That I heard it's very good to experience. Okay, great. Sit in a steamer. I think I've experienced this, but I have not gone to Australia side. I think I should go there. Okay, Australia. Like that, the entire earth is seen. Every part of the earth, all those 10 passports are filled with visas. What next? I think I have to see the moon. That's still not open to public, but I will book it right now whenever it gets opened up. Okay, here it is. Your ticket to moon. Oh, I want to experience it. Great. So I've seen the moon. Now what else? I think I have to go and see the stars, or to Mars, or this or that. This is like the moth going in circles. Then, if this was insufficient, then you have Meena, fish, loving the taste of the worms, food. So, a person calls himself as a foodie. Give me anything, I will eat. I'm a foodie. I want to taste new things. I want to taste South Indian. South Indian is over. Then I want to taste North Indian. North Indian is over. Then West Indian, and then East Indian. India is over. How about a Bangladeshi food? No, that is also over. How about Sri Lankan food? And that is also over. Then how about Chinese food? And then Pakistani food, and Gulf food, and this food and that food, American food, Australian food, whatever. Keep on eating, keep on shitting. That's all it do. So next life, the person is born as a pig, foodie. Keep on eating. Doesn't matter. Then finally, it doesn't end there. You have to get the fragrance out. So you have honeybee. So it keeps on sucking smell from flowers. And we are also obsessed with smells. We love perfumes and we hate those which doesn't smell good or smelling. So we have this and that, this and that, this and that all the time. So now Naraha Panchabihi Anchitah Kim. When these poor animals with only one sense are finding this problem, what about a human who falls prey to the five senses? What should we do with this person? Is there any respite? No. Why? The next verse says that दोषेण तीव्रः विषयः कृष्णासर्पविषादपि विषं निहन्ति भोक्तारं दर्शतां चक्षुषा अपि अयम्. In their tragic effects, doshena tivraha, tivra is extreme, extreme pain. Vishayaha, sense objects are more. Krishna, sarpa, vishadapi are venomous than the poison of a cobra. Visham nihanti bhuktaram, for the poison to kill, one has to at least swallow it. Whereas Drashtaram chakshusha api ayam. But with the sense objects, just one look is sufficient enough to trap the person. It doesn't require much effort. 50% off. Lot of people jump into that store. Then 50% raise in salary. Beautiful. Everybody wants to be there. And no salary hike this year. Almost all want to quit and go somewhere else. So we are obsessed with the senses. So the five indriyas and five sense objects is what we call as a person, nothing else. There is absolutely no person as a person in this world. Call it as a wife or a husband or a son or a daughter or a friend or whatever best name can be given. Except for Vishaya and Vishaya Indriya, there is nothing else. Objects and objects of the senses. There is nothing else there. And what does it do? He continues on that. Vishaya Asha Maha Pashad Sudhishtya Yaha Vimuktah Sa eva kalpate muktyai na anyah shata shastra vedyapi. Shat shastra vedyapi. Vishaya astha maha pashad, the terrible bond of desires for sense objects. Sudushtya Sudushyajat Yaha Vimuktaha are extremely difficult to renounce. Yaha Vimuktaha, he who has liberated himself from them, Sa eva kalpati muktaina anyaha, he only can know what is the meaning of mukti, non anybody else. Shat Shastra Vidyapi, even if one is well versed in all the six philosophies, six schools of philosophies. So, how does it work? It works on a thing called as attraction and repulsion. Something gets attracted to itself and something gets repelled from itself. and the mind feels that the sense by some reason it has repelled what it should be attracted, and for some reason it is attracted while it is not repelled, so it doesn't know what to do. And intellect is as deluded as the mind because it doesn't know how attraction and repulsion are working, because the sense and the sense objects is the one which is attaching and it is the one which is repulsive. So we create in the mind something called as raga and dvesha. They both are actually desires. Attraction, repulsion in one way can be put as desire. And the strength of that is enormous. Once stuck between the object of the senses and the object in the senses and the senses, then they create a bond which will not allow it to see anything other than that. Even though my body is aging or it has aged, yet the object is Vilas, the sense says you are Vilas. And the mind believes that, oh, I am Vilas. And the intellect says, boss, you are Vilas, but the last name should be Vilas Kadiwal. Otherwise, it can get confusing. So you have to react only if somebody says, if you are all alone, it is Vilas. If the two Vilas are there, you have to ask which Vilas. So then the Vak is a Jnana in Karma Indriya, so it will ask, oh, which Vilas are you talking about? Oh, that Kadiwal Vilas. Oh, okay, I am Kadiwal Vilas. Tell me. Because they matches. Even if another person by name Kadiwal Vilas is there, then his skin is fair or dark. That Vilas whose skin is fair and also ending with Kadiwal and he doesn't have any hair on his head is the person whom you are talking about, not about the person who has hair, looks dark, even though he is called Vilas Kadiwal. So now this is picked up. So now once bound by this mind doesn't let go of the feeling of Vilas. It keeps it that you are Vilas, you are Vilas. So if their Vilas is there, then he was married to somebody called as wife. This Vilas was married. So even though that so-called girl or wife is aging, her mind says that if you are called by this name and this way, you are that. So you are one eternal person who will not die. Even though she's seeing everybody dying, or even though I'm seeing everybody dying, you are one eternal person. Don't worry, you will exist. Tomorrow morning you are there, day after tomorrow you are there. In all the situations you are there. So this is what the madness is all about, the tremendous desire for existence. I want to exist irrespective of the condition. Corona comes or some influenza comes, dengue comes, this comes, that comes. I will find cure for it. It will not affect me because I have taken care of my health in a better way, and I am a God-fearing person, and I have cleaned near my home. I am wearing mask, and I am also washing my hands regularly. I am also stopping my sneeze, and also I am doing every possible thing on the food to take care. So nothing is going to happen to me. Very good. But what about the air? No, they have told that in through air it will not come. I see. Okay. Then what about water? No. They have been very clearly told that even doesn't come through water. Oh, I see. Very good. So how does it come? No. Only when there is a touch or some saliva going there, here and there, and if by chance I inhale, then it comes. Otherwise, it will not come. Oh, okay, fine. So now this person is meant to fear, and this fear is making him sure that he takes care of everything for him to live. What would happen? He will die. So why scared about death? There is no answer, because the desire is to live, not to die. So this is the bigger problem, and that is the reason Sudushtya Jat, that is, even though it is a place where he can really get rid of, he finds it extremely difficult to get rid of it, because there is a desire to live. Who has to live? Mind. Why it has to live? To experience. What it wants to experience? Senses. What it is obsessed with? Sense objects. That's all what it wants. It doesn't care about anything called as consciousness or Brahman. Whereas one who has seen the defect in that, for him, mukti is not a problem. So the meaning of mukti is just getting rid of connection of senses to the sense objects. That's it. Withdrawal of senses from the sense objects. Finished. Mukti. It's done. Not by studying the Shat Shastra Veda Parangata. There are people who are
So
Vidushis.
Vilas,
Yep.
I need to leave now. So 10 o'clock I have meeting.
Okay, even I wanted to close at 10. Oh, now it is 10 o'clock. I think we will continue then tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
See you. Bye.
Okay then. Okay, bye. Bye then.